Hello, vanakkam, namaste, namaskaram. Today is Wednesday, so time for Wednesday wisdom. As you guys would have guessed already, Wednesday wisdom is the result of a thought that came up, an experience, an incident, something someone said in the last week. Maya said something which I never thought she would say, and it pleasantly surprised me. I was so happy that I went into this whirlwind of thoughts, and then I decided this is going to be this week's Wednesday wisdom. I'll tell you what happened. If you grew up in a typical Indian household hearing statements like don't talk back or you're living under my roof, these kind of statements, you might be able to resonate more with this video. Especially if you're a parent, you might feel really happy about parenting in today's times. So, me and Maya, we talk about all kinds of topics. You guys might already know that. Homeschooling came up as a topic. And then we were discussing about homeschooling, cons of pros and cons of homeschooling. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ பேசிட்டு I told her, Mayu, if you're going to be homeschooled, there is one big minus point. And she was like, what? See, at least one parent has to spend a lot of time with the child. And in our case, obviously, it's going to be me, not Papa. So you will have to spend many hours with me. Are you really okay with that? So I was expecting something like, jokingly, playfully, she would say, are you Amma? If I have to spend that much time with you, then I don't want homeschooling. Something like that, okay? And she went ahead and said, that's okay, Amma. You're pretty cool to hang out with. I don't mind spending so much time with you. And I was happy, pleasantly surprised. She said that. And then I was like, is it Mayu? You don't mind spending so much time with me? Oh, Amma's cool to hang out with. Huh? And she said, yeah. And then we changed topics, but this was there in my mind. And I felt so happy. So it might be nothing for a non parent, but for a parent, these are the moments, guys. Out of all the flop moments we create as parents, wherein we are filled with guilt and regret and anger and annoyance and all of that, these are the moments we feel, yes, parenting win. Yay! So I was excited she said that. Anyway, so when I went into my reflection mode, introspection mode. Usually that happens in the mornings when I'm getting my morning sun. Think about what happened yesterday, the conversations that happened, stuff I did, what I could have done better, those kind of things. And this thought came into my mind, and I was just thinking, I have also been told by my mother, I remember this when I was, of course, doing something naughty, making her go mad. She said this. She has said this many times that you will get a daughter one day, then you will know how much you'll struggle as a mother. And I'm sure all of you have heard of this statement, some version of the statement. Yeah. Um, Let me know if you've heard of it. Huh? And this came into my mind, and I was just thinking, Maya is in so many ways very much like me. She is sensitive, resolute, smart, funny. She's very curious, very strong willed, asks a lot of questions, lots of similarities. And that's the most beautiful thing, She's so similar to me, and I'm not suffering, guys. Whatever my mom told didn't come true. Of course, there are a lot of differences. She's definitely a different person, but many things are similar, and I'm not having a hard time. I think that's the most beautiful thing about healing. I'm loving spending time with her. I'm looking forward to seeing the kind of woman that she'd become, with the kind of conversations that we have, with the kind of upbringing that she's going through, with the kind of emotional sensitivity that she has. I'm really excited to see how she would turn out. And I'm not suffering at all. Because based on this statement, we should have felt scared, but it doesn't scare me. It makes me smile. She's like me, which is good. She challenges me and makes me a better person. Because Um, I didn't just inherit those patterns. My mother was passing down a pattern. I chose to change the pattern, which I'm sure a lot of parents today are actively doing. You guys are changing generational patterns because I'm sure all of you have heard of similar statements, no? Wait till you have a child like yourself, then you'll understand. Or this is my house, you have to live according to my terms. Or I should have raised cows instead of raising you. Or in Malayalam, there is also this thing. നിന്നെ വളർത്തുന്നതിന് പകരം 10 വാഴ വെച്ചിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ and then stop crying. This is nothing. Why would you cry for this? Oh, this much pain also you can't tolerate. What will others think? Your cousin scored more better marks. Your How much did your classmates score? Show me that. And if you score 96, where did the 4 marks go? And this is a classic. Don't answer back. തർക്കുത്തരം പറയല്ലേ നീ എതിർത്ത് പേസാതെ you're too sensitive. Good children don't say no. Respect elders no matter what because they only have good intentions. Girls shouldn't behave like this. Boys shouldn't cry. If I praise you too much, you'll become arrogant. If I show you too much of love, you'll become clingy. If you laugh a lot, then immediately you'll cry. So don't show happiness. I mean, today a lot of adults are not able to fully enjoy a moment because of these kind of things. Finish whatever is there on your plate. Don't waste food. People in Somalia are suffering. My mom used to say that. You have everything here. What more do you want? We've given you everything. You're just complaining. We've sacrificed so much for you. Ah, seriously, it sounds so similar, right? Like I said in the last video, it's like our parents went to the same school. But this is exactly what is repeating patterns. They just repeat and it gets to us. And then we have a choice whether we are going to repeat it or break it. Today's parents, the young parents who are consciously evolving, growing, healing, learning, unlearning, they are choosing something very different. They are changing these statements, reframing it in such a way that it doesn't traumatize the child. Because today's parents are saying, tell me how you're feeling. Let's solve this together. You don't have to earn my love. I'm sorry I made a mistake. You can disagree respectfully. Crying is okay. Your worth isn't decided by your marks. Your boundaries matter. Let's understand why this behavior is happening. I want to raise a child who thinks, not just blindly obeys. There are parents like this. So the thing is, our parents raised us with the awareness they had, and we are raising with the awareness that we are choosing to build. And like I say all the time, this is not to blame the previous generation, but like how when we learn history, we do better in the future. We need to learn what went on previously so that we can do better. When we know better, we do better, right? It's about becoming the generation that breaks the pattern instead of passing them on. So, guys, remember every time you regulate instead of react, every time you apologize instead of justify, every time you choose curiosity over criticism, and every time you choose to respond instead of blindly react, a childhood pattern ends with you. This is something I keep talking about all the time. Change these patterns, break these patterns, and this changing patterns is at the heart of what I teach too, because this is what is going to change the next generation. So, what is the wisdom from today's experience? Parents, I know on a day to day basis, you're feeling. Every time you scream, you feel, not again. Every time you react instead of respond, you know what to do, but then something else comes out. You feel, I'm becoming like my own mother, father. I just want you to have the hope that you keep at it, you keep trying, you keep getting better year after year after year, and you keep having that hope that the child will notice. We are not doing this for the child to notice or validate us. Let me make that clear. But without expecting anything, without expecting um, rewards, when we keep doing our duty, our dharma, whatever it is, then I think someday there will come a moment when we feel, hmm, it was all worth it. I just want you guys to have that hope. Yes, it will happen. So, before saying bye, I have some questions. Ask yourself, does your child love spending time with you? They're waiting to spend time with us, seriously. Can they tell their opinion openly? Can they question you, especially if you are doing something that you promised you'd do and then let's say you didn't do it? Do they have that space to ask about it? Ask about your double standards. Do they have that safe space to have open conversations, honest conversations? And will they someday love coming home for the holidays? If yes, you are a pattern breaker. So that's it for today's Wednesday Wisdom. All pattern breakers unite in the comments. Let me know what statements you grew up hearing, what patterns you are actively breaking. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.